Hello and welcome to another episode of Weekly Football Chat. It is the playoffs. What a wonderful time it is. Here we're going to start to see the road to the Super Bowl, which is on February 12th. So, to begin, our number one spots that are in the AFC and the NFC are held by the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, those teams will play the lowest seed of what comes from the results from this weekend. So to get into who's playing and my picks, we're going to have the first game, which is on Saturday at 3:30, which is the 49ers and the Seahawks. I'm going to go with the 49ers on that. I really do believe the Seahawks are only in it because they beat LA and of course Detroit beat Green Bay. So I really do feel like that was just the only reason why. Had LA won, it would probably be Detroit playing in this game, but I'm going to go with the 49ers on that. Our next game which is a 7:15 game on Saturday, which is the Chargers and the Jaguars. Now, the Jaguars have been doing really good, but I'm still gonna go with the Chargers on that, even though they had a pretty bad game last week, losing to the Broncos. But I'm still gonna go with the Chargers. I still think that they can do it. Our next game, which is on Sunday, is an AFC, not just an AFC game, but it's also AFC East. It's at 12 o'clock, and it's the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Again, those were settled by at least Saturday that Miami was going to be in the playoffs. So, but out of these two, I really do believe Buffalo will still take it. They still have a lot of firepower. I still think they can go pretty far, if not to the Super Bowl. Our next game, which is on Sunday at the 3:30 mark, is the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Vikings kind of started going down a little bit, but still, I think they can still take it. The Giants have done pretty okay, but still, I do believe the Vikings have the better chance at this one. Now at 7:15, the Sunday night football game is between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, Both are very good teams, and although I kind of went with Baltimore on more than one occasion this whole season, I'm gonna go with Cincinnati. They're showing that out of last year's Super Bowl, they probably should have been the ones that won because they're the ones that are still showing. LA kind of already went out, so the Bengals are still in it. So I have the Bengals going on with that one. Now, the Monday Night Football game, which is a rematch from Week One, uh, which I thought was a pretty bad game. It was not very good. But Monday night, 7:15 p.m., you have the Dallas Cowboys, which are in the five spot, playing the Buccaneers, who are in the four spot. Now, a lot of the news reports have been saying that this is a that the Cowboys are the the ones in the lead. They should be the ones that win, seeing that they have everything equal. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers really have struggled throughout the year. The record kind of showed it too. I believe it was 8-9 for this year, which is not a very good, uh, a good, good record for a team that's making it in the playoffs. But although I'm gonna go with the Cowboys on this one, you really can never count out Tom Brady. You never know where his mentality goes and things like that. But still gonna go with the Cowboys on that. They're the heavy favorites to go into this one. Now, it's been a long season. A lot of some of these teams I didn't expect to see in the playoffs, and I'm kind of happy to see it. This is a time where you start to see uh, all these younger players try to rise to the occasion to finally make their mark in the NFL. So uh, that was really the video I had for today. I wasn't going to do a very long one. I wasn't going to go through the stats for last week because I think that the most important thing is that we go straight into the playoffs, and then next week we'll go over the results of the wild card weekend and then go into the divisional. Now, hopefully, I do pretty well. The last couple weeks, I did all right. I've been in the 60s and 70% correct. So we'll see. And then, of course, the lowest seed that comes out of these two divisions will play Kansas City and Philadelphia, which I don't foresee them going very far. I believe it was said that the Philadelphia Eagles have a 30% chance of making it to the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs have a much higher percentage to go, which I'm not quite understanding. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how next week goes with the division round. So we'll keep up with that, and then of course, during some parts, maybe closer to the Super Bowl, I may go do a live feed of what's going on and what we're gonna do. So thank y'all so much for y'all continuing to watch this. If you do like this video, please subscribe, and we'll see you next week.